So, the moral of the story is, if you get power, don't go crazy with it. Because if you go crazy with power, then the people that you are ruling will go against you. And you don't want to die that quickly, right? So, if you get power, use it for something important that will help you and your people. And secondly, Hello guys! Welcome to our channel. In today's episode, we're going to be starting a new playlist of videos called History. So, this is our first history video and it's called Horrible History. So, this story is based on these 4 countries with an exception of some others, but these are the main characters of the story. So, first it all started like this. One day in the whole wide world, there was a country named Britain. So, after the discovery of Britain wanted to mess up everything. So Britain was discovered by the Ethiopians. And then the British denied that they were discovered by the Ethiopians. That was the first thing they did. Then after that, they screwed the world up and started getting a new thing that was named colonization. And then when Britain almost took the whole world as colonies, then he colonized one part, France. So, France went in the footsteps of UK and then started his own colony empire. So then, there was 2 strong European empires. The British colonial empire and the French colonial empire. So then they started making colonies first in North America. Then after going to North America, they found a new spot that they called Africa. The first place that they discovered that they claimed to have discovered in North America was northern Canada. That was discovered by Polynesia, one of the natives of Australia that mated with the Ethiopians, discovered that place, but then they claimed that they discovered it. Then after taking it as a colony, Denmark forced Britain to give it to him. So, it was given to him and they called it Iceland. So then they marched into Greenland. When they reached Greenland, Denmark screwed up Greenland and then said that this is all Denmark because it's called like its mainland. Then Germany became angry and started planning some plot. But by the meantime, UK was taking over Canada, USA, France helped him take over Canada and also USA. And then Spain came. Spain took the rest of USA. And then USA started an uprising from Massachusetts. And that, today is modern day Massachusetts with the capital named Boston. So, after that, in that uprising, they took tea, made the British angry because that tea was from China. And China, if anything brought from China was thrown away or distributed to another person, you're never going to get another artifact or thing from China, nor are you welcome to China ever again. So, when Haiti fell into the ocean. The British wanted to destroy America. So the British came and then they started some civil war, American Civil War. They fought the British, fought the British, fought the British, and then when they went up to Maine, the British said, these ones are too strong, let's leave them alone. And then they went to their country. But they did not do that for the Africans. They did not do that for the Africans. Meanwhile, on France's side, America was becoming a new country, so France gave every state except Minnesota. So America made small war that America was great at. So when America made war with France, France surrendered immediately and then Minnesota becomes part of USA. Then he did war with Spain and then Spain surrendered. USA is going to be the newest nation in North America. Haiti was independent before USA because USA followed after Haiti and followed the same strategies. So USA wants to cover that under the mat. So if anybody finds what's under the mat, America will be hated. So, after USA's independence and Haiti's independence, then Haiti started helping everybody to get independence. And then Haiti wanted to form a friend relationship with USA because you followed his footsteps. Maybe he can teach you some new strategy. But America disagreed because he's almost like Napoleon that said it is disturbing to 3 countries for a black republic: Spain, Britain, and USA. And even him. So now that USA have disagreed, now Haiti will become very angry and liberated everybody. But then Britain and France and Spain, when Mexico got liberated, Spain warned the other colonials, and said to them that UK and France, our colonies are getting independence from us. But they didn't listen to Spain. So Guatemala got independence, and then Mexico gave Guatemala guns, and so has Haiti. So then Spanish Central America ended up into Spanish Guatemala. You know how? Guatemala started taking every Spanish colony in Central America except Mexico, because Mexico was already independent. So then when Guatemala took all of that, and then she liberated them, and then Guatemala let them free as independent nations. But then America planned plot and took over Nicaragua. Nicaragua was one of the independent states that made Guatemala angry, and then Guatemala fought for the existence of Nicaragua. See how they start some kind of like their family. They start like their family because they really are family. All of them came from Africa. So technically, Guatemala and Nicaragua and all the other countries that were colonized by those colonizers were all related, technically. So Guatemala helped Nicaragua to get independence from USA. But USA didn't stop there. He retook up Nicaragua, stopped the existence of Cuba, Bahamas, Greenland, and even took over Canada. That made Haiti and the other revolutionists angry. And then America lost all that land. You know how? Revolution came. And then when America came back to its normal size, the Canadians took over their former states, Washington and Oregon. But USA took those states from Spain. That's what he claimed. But if you see real history, the Canadians first owned it. The French took it away from the Canadians. So, technically, it's their land. But America did not allow them to take their land. See how America is evil? And America still have kept those states till now. And they were still Canadian. And they still are. Even if America has its hands on them, they're still Canadian. So, now let's see what was happening in Europe. Meanwhile, France is being attacked by Germany. And Germany had planned plot on every European, including Britain. And he changed his name from Third Reich to Nazis. And then he found a strategy. The strategy is, say to the Allies, if you give me this, I'll stop. And the Allies fell for the trick. And the Allies were Britain and France and USA. So, these allies that were only saviors to Europe and not to the rest of the world. So, they said that Serbia should join their team. So Serbia joined. Then at that night, many French were killed by the Germans. And the French told Russia, please join the union of the Allies. Remove yourself from the Axis. Please, with your strong army, save me from the Germans. And the Russians agreed. And then joined. That now, that's great. So now, after then Turkey started some kind of war with Russia. And of course, Turkey lost. So Turkey went down and stopped, and then Austrian Empire came, and then Serbia. Serbia killed their king and queen. They made Austrian Empire, Austria-Hungary, very angry, and then started a world war. Before it was all just crisis, but now it's World War I. So now that Austrian Empire used cannon and Mr. Bomb on Serbia, Serbia did not forgive and forget that easily. Serbia is not the guy that to forgive and forget. No. Serbia will always want revenge. And he did revenge, alright. He saved Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina from the rule of Austrian Empire, and even tried his very best to liberate Hungary. And Austrian Empire's capital at the time was Budapest in Hungary. So Serbia tried his best to destroy the nation, but then the nation took Bosnia and Herzegovina, and then IS Croatia came. And that was the largest Croatia, IS Croatia, that took over Bosnia and Herzegovina. But then IS Croatia got took over by, again, Austrian Hungarian Empire. because they wouldn't give up that easily and started fighting Russia. And then they took Czechoslovakia. But that was what Germany wanted. Germany wanted Czechoslovakia. So, if Austrian Empire would take Czechoslovakia and Germany took Czechoslovakia already, what do you guess will happen next? If you said that Germany would destroy Austrian Empire, then you are correct. Germany bombed Austrian-Hungarian Empire, but Austrian-Hungarian Empire kept Czechoslovakia. They made Germany angry and thirsty for a new country, and then said to the Allies, please, can I have Netherlands? And then they agreed. Netherlands, Luxembourg. Then after that, Austria. After that, Germany is destroying every country. Till then, he went, and then it was unstoppable. The Baltics and Poland. Poland then became Nazi. And then after that, Nazi planned war on Russia. But there's a thing about planning war with Russia. Russia is ally, is part of the Allies. And Britain has more guns than you. That is the leader of the Allies. So you're just triggering World War II. That's exactly what happened. After overwhelming Russia, Russia called the UK. That started World War II. Then UK got a big blowout by Germany and then called USA. And then, after that, USA came and destroyed Germany. And then Nazis fell. And then Germany and Austria was split into half. Austria united themselves, but Germany did not. And then split into two halves, East Germany and West Germany. Then, by force of war, the Berlin War, and also the German Revolution, it got to now Germany. So today's Germany begun. But France, after Germany became a normal nation and had this flag of today, France turned into Napoleon. And that started some crazy reign. And Germany was first hit by the virus of, if I have power, I will go madness. But now France have got contaminated. So now France is going crazy with power because there comes Napoleon and his activities. So Napoleon took Haiti, and if you know, Haiti got independence by Toussaint Louverture. If you want to know more, watch our next video that's going to be coming up very soon, Haiti Revolution. Watch it. But this is a sneak peek of that show. So, Toussaint Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and long time ago, and the oldest one that got burnt alive, Duty Bookman Duty. And all these three people liberated Haiti from France. And then Spain attacked Haiti. Haiti became independent from Spain, and then Dominican Republic became a country because of Haiti. Then there was the Haiti massacre, and then today's Haiti. So then, that time, Napoleon took over Egypt. The Egyptians sailed him to Sao Tome and Principe, where he got murdered and died. That's the end of Napoleon's story, but not the end of Napoleon France. Then a new king came to replace Napoleon, and that was George the Sixth. That soon his head would be chopped off. So he became the worst ruler. His head got chopped off, and then 2 years later, his queen head got chopped off. And then that started something that was called the French Revolution, and it ended like that. So now France and Germany are normal nations. Then USA becomes a normal nation. Now time for this guy. This guy, UK, did not stop colonization. No. France stopped after losing all its power. But UK, no. He was only growing more, he was only taking more colonies. The rest of them had stopped colonization. But him, he was innovating colonization. So, after the innovation of colonization by UK, then UK's colonies came to an end after Hong Kong's independence. And the last African country to get independence was Ghana. And then when Hong Kong passed, that confederacy ended there. And then that ended. That part of history ended. So colonization, that's the thing of the past. But now if we fast forward to this time, it has not ended. It's only becoming worse. And the American reputation of before was a little bit better. But now, America have went too far. And very soon, America will become a thing of the past if America does not step down. So, the moral of the story is, if you get power, don't go crazy with it. Because if you go crazy with power, then the people that you are ruling will go against you. And you don't want to die that quickly, right? So, if you get power, use it for something important that will help you and your people. And secondly, do not, if you become a slave, get the idea to start standing up immediately. Because if you stand down, you and your family and your whole country will become vulnerable to colonization. So, you stand up for yourself. Not staying down like that, because then you're putting your whole country in risk. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and ring the notification bell to watch more of our awesome videos. And bye guys, and have a happy day.